Hello and welcome back to another review. And if you thought we were done with the Chaos Effect, oh boy, were you wrong, because let's just say we're unintentionally on a Chaos Effect streak, and the next two videos are also going to be Chaos Effect related, so yeah, you better like Chaos Effect, because if you don't, well, too bad, because I did order these two together, but I promise the next two videos, the figures I got were it just happened. So, yeah. So that's kind of funny, I find. But yeah, we're going to be taking a look at the Jurassic Park Chaos Effect Amargospinus. And yeah, this is a really cool figure because it is a hybrid between Amargosaurus and Spinosaurus, which is really nice to see some Amargosaurus representation, as it is one of the best sauropods of all time, along with Bihatosaurus. I just have a thing for sauropods with weird spiky neck things, and it looks cool. So yeah, it's cool that they included a sort of obscure species of sauropod, along with when this was made in 1997. Or 98, I forget. I think it was 98, actually. So, 1998, Amargosaurus was still a fairly new species. It was only described in 1991. So, that's pretty cool to see that they made it a hybrid. And I think that was a really good choice because, you know, it looks awesome. It looks epic. Awesome. Amazing. What other words can I use to describe this? I don't know. But yeah, we're going to be taking a look at this already because I'm just going off and saying things that aren't important. But, okay. Anyways, as for the detail for this figure, it has the classic Chaos Effect look. It's very smooth with a few little details, and it looks really nice. Of course, the Chaos Effect is very different looking, I should say. I don't really know how to describe it. There's not that much details. You know, you've got some wrinkles and bone, like, sticking out like it's skinny and it needs to eat really bad. But that's basically the Chaos Effect style. I have another one right here. Here's the Velociraptor. Don't mind the random black paint spots all over. I was kind of cleaning it up a bit earlier, so as you can see, this one's very smooth as well. And just got that classic look. The only time you don't really see that is in figures when they don't use a new sculpt, such as this one. This was just a repainted mainline figure. So that's really only the other time you see one with like the detail that just like the classic Jurassic Park toy figure look. But then we've got the Chaos Effect figures, which just is an entirely new sculpt that has never been used. So it does have that Chaos Effect look, and it's really, really nice. That's pretty much it. As for the coloration, paint job and everything, the base color is this sort of banana yellow that actually is pretty covered up with this black. So the legs are all black, and on top it's painted black, and it's got some black stripes sort of outlining this red here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. There's some black spots on the nose and jaw there, you can see. And of course, all the spines are also painted in that black color. Of course, we have that really vibrant red as some stripes on the back and on the skin in between the spines, and as well as on the neck. Under the neck here, we also have that really nice vibrant red and on the jaw. So that's really, really cool. Really nice to see. As for the face, the face kind of is lacking in paint. The eye is just a white dot, which we have seen before. The Ankylorantodon doesn't have a pupil. It's just bright orange. Now I'm looking. Yeah, the I was gonna say Dinocanus. That's the wrong thing. Paradeinonychus. Yeah, I don't know why my brain was just not thinking, but yeah, you can see that one doesn't have a pupil either. So it's very interesting how they just don't do that. Like, why would you do that? Like, this one does. I forget if the Ultimasaurus does. Mine does, because I painted that and I thought it looked weird without a pupil. So I don't remember exactly if I did. But when you really think about it, why would they do that? It's weird. In the mouth is actually super lacking. The teeth are not individually sculpted, and they kind of just look like marshmallows shoved in its mouth. But it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But it literally has no tongue at all. It's just flat, just smooth plastic. It does have some texture on the top of the mouth, but it's really not that noticeable, and there's a lot of dust in there. It's kind of disgusting. I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of gross. Need to clean that out. But yeah, there's no paint in there. It's just the teeth. So I feel like that one's kind of lacking, but at the same time, its mouth is also partly red, so I guess it wouldn't really make that big of a difference. So yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. Its articulation is basic, just like most the Kenner figures are. You just got the arms and this back leg, which barely moves at all, but hey, it's articulation, you've got it. And of course, this leg is tied in with the action feature, which is honestly super cool. Might I add that this action feature is one of my favorites for any figure, actually. Because, you know, nowadays with your Mattel figures, or even your Hasbro figures, back when they were making the absolute trash that is known as the Jurassic Park, well, the Jurassic Park 3 line was not the best, but the Jurassic World line, oh my god, was that just absolute trash. Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is, nowadays, you got like a chomping action feature, and that's pretty much it. There's not really that much creativity put into like the action feature. But with the Kenner figures, not only do we have a chomp, not only do we have the spines that move, but we also have the neck spines that move. So let me just show you. Look at that. It's so cool. Honestly, if I was like 8 years old, I would think this was the coolest thing ever. And I would just be playing with this every single day, because it's just satisfying. You just pull back the leg and it just pops up all these spines. The mouth opens. It's just so fun and satisfying. I mean, some other Chaos Effect figures are known to be very satisfying for me. Like this one, for example. It's not as satisfying because it's not super easy to pull out the tail, but it's so satisfying to just sit here and just make it thrash its arms around. It's so fun, and this one is the same way. Like, sometimes if I'm bored, I'll just take this down and just play with it for no reason, because why not? It's fun. Oh yeah, its face. So basically, this figure in particular, it's kind of a minor detail, but its top jaw is not very attached to the center, so it kind of just flops all around, so it can be like, looks like it's been in a terrible accident and it's gotten all smushed to the side. But most of the time, this one looks really good. I have seen some that are not that good, and they are super floppy and they flop to the side all the time, but it seems like this one was actually a fairly good one. So I mean, if you don't care about that, it's really not that noticeable from the side. Like, even if I do that, you can't really notice. So really only if you're looking at it straight on, it's got that weird face. You could really tell. But yeah, it's a really cool figure, and honestly a pretty underrated figure for the Chaos Effect line, because you don't really see it that often. And also, might I add that this one is super cheap. So if you are at all interested in this one, I would say go ahead and get it. It's super cheap. So I got this one for $15. Really, it's not that expensive compared to some of the others. And like, there's a bunch of them, and it's a pretty awesome figure for that price. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have that much to say, other than it's a pretty great figure. Not the best. It's definitely nowhere near my favorite Chaos Effect figure, but it is really, really cool, and I'm kind of upset that I didn't get it sooner, because I kind of just put it off because I wanted some of the other ones that are cooler, I guess. But this one was honestly way cooler in person. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe. I don't know what I'm saying. That was my old intro. I haven't said that in like forever. Anyways, goodbye.